Hello. I'm feeling a little chatty today, and I thought I would do like a little video talking about some of the things that I really enjoy using for my small business and I feel like are good investments for a business. And just a little disclaimer, I do want to say that like you don't absolutely need every single one of these things to start a small business. It actually took me years of working on growing everything for me to actually have all these things today. So I would just say like if you're just starting out, like just do your best with what you have to make money, to use, to invest in bigger things over time. And yeah, don't see this as like a pressuring video of like, if you don't have this, your business is gonna fail, because it's not. I just want to like let you know like some of the things that have helped me recently, and it could be something that you look forward to purchasing or having in the future when the time is here for you. And just an introduction to what I do in case you're new here. My name is Tiffany and I'm an illustrator, except I do a lot of like social media stuff as well, like make studio vlogs or YouTube videos. I'm on Instagram and TikTok and all those like different platforms, as well as I run a small business, and I currently am selling a lot of like stickers, keychains, washi tape, those type of things, but I'm slowly expanding into making like plushies and pouches and more like I guess lifestyle type of products. And I also really enjoy taking on certain types of client work here and there, or just like working on personal projects like painting. I feel like I juggle a lot of different roles, and yeah, but I feel like this could apply to a lot of people. So let's begin with technology, because I feel like tech is so important for running a small business and for creating like very quality photos or videos. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually like cameras. I'm currently right now using my phone for everything, and I think this is like the number one thing that I would say would be very important for like if you want to post a lot on social media and take like product photos. I don't think you need a like really expensive camera. I feel like phones these days are just so great for taking photos, and I have the iPhone, I think like 12, and it's not the one with like the extra camera, like the super fancy ones. And I also sometimes use my Canon M50, which I'm recording this on right now, so I can't show you. I primarily used it for making vlogs, and I think this camera is really great, but I also use this for taking photos sometimes when I feel a little bit fancy and I want to take like crisper photos. Before this camera, I used the Canon G7X Mark II, which is like the ultimate like on-the-go vlogger camera that everybody loves using, and that also took really beautiful photos as well. I'm pretty sure any like smartphone these days are pretty like product shoot capable. The next thing would be a computer. I learned in college that Macs were like an industry standard, and I don't know, I've just been using Macs ever since I first applied to art school, and I don't know, it's very crisp, it's really nice. I have no idea how to use a Windows computer. It has everything I need on it, my Notion, my Final Cut Pro, all these things. And if you're wondering what this is just a stand that was gifted to me by Moft. And this is also really cool for like good posture, so that it's like propped up a little higher than usual. But yeah, it's just a laptop stand that folds flat. The next thing, this is like my baby, an iPad. I literally just use this for drawing. I try using this for other things like on the go, like typing and emailing and stuff like that, but I solely use this as a drawing device with Procreate, and it just works amazing like that. And these days they're coming out with really great brush sets that actually mimic traditional artwork really well. I have a little bag of my goodies here of like other stuff that I want to show you. So the next thing is a hard drive. If you're doing a lot of like video editing or just like photo editing and you need extra storage, I definitely recommend an external hard drive. It also protects your information and all of your files in here, especially if you're scared of your laptop dying, which has never happened to me, but I heard that happens quite a bit, like when you spill coffee on it or something. My favorite one right now is the Samsung T5 one, and this has like 2 terabytes on it, which is, it lasts me about a year year, if I make a video like twice a month and they're all around like 30 minutes, this stores all the raw footage and the final cut of it. So I know Samsung can be a little expensive. The problem with like other hard drives is there was one time where mine just like totally stopped working. The fan just like stopped turning inside and it just didn't work. I think ever since then I've been very scared using like a regular hard drive, even though it's more affordable. But the difference about that one with the SSD is that this does not have any moving parts inside of the actual hard drive, so there's less likely of a chance of it breaking on you. And I feel like losing your files is scarier because you can never get that back, versus like if I break my camera, I could buy a new camera, but I can never get the files back if this breaks. So I feel like investing in a good one of these is always a plus. I definitely recommend getting extra battery packs. My camera is always dying because I'm always just like recording on and off. Sometimes I talk for way too long and it just dies on me. Also, I forgot to mention, but like I like to buy a lot of my tech either like refurbished or secondhand because they usually work exactly the same as if you bought it new. I bought this camera used off of Mercari and I got a few $100 knocked off of it. It came with 3 lenses and all the extra battery packs, and I was able to sell the lenses that I didn't use to invest in the lens that I'm using right now, which is my 1122 wide lens. Also, you can like kind of haggle on there and be like, what if I knock off another $100? Like, would you sell it to me? Another thing that I enjoy, I unplugged it just for you, is my Epson scanner. I've had this since college. My dad actually bought this for me because I needed to use it for a lot of like scholarship reviews back when I was in college. And it's really good for like scanning your photos at very high DPIs to the point where you can make a tiny drawing into a massive poster. This one has been with me for like 6 years, 5 years now, so it's still working perfectly. Yeah, this one is the Epson Perfection V37 if you're curious. And I would recommend getting a scanner if you do a lot of traditional work and you also want to like scan it and make it into a print or something. Another thing that I can't show you right now because it's all plugged in and everything is just like perfectly set up in that corner, but it is a thermal printer, especially if you run a small business where you have to package and ship parcels. I would say that that thing has made everything so much easier. I have the Rollo one and I just pair it with my eco-enclosed thermal paper. Let's move on to softwares and programs and stuff like that because I've experimented with a lot of them over the years, and I've finally found like a good set of them that I really like using, and some of them are free and some of them are paid. So the first one that completely changed like my business game is probably Shopify. And Shopify is great because it makes the entire process of like packing orders so much more streamlined and so much easier, because I've mentioned this in previous videos, but I am able to kind of like sort out each order into different categories by putting tags and labels onto each order, so that when I search for that specific tag, I'm able to just like process all the same things out in one sitting. That's like one of the biggest benefits of Shopify, and they also have a bunch of like different apps you're able to add to it to make your life easier. I just think it is like the most logically laid out, like designed website that I've seen for businesses. I've tried a lot of different websites for e-commerce stuff, and although I did really love Etsy's layout and like how easy it was to pack orders and sort things out, they unfortunately keep raising their percentage that they take from small businesses, and it really sucks because we put so much effort into all like our shop launches and all our products just for it to all be paid off to Etsy. So I don't use Etsy anymore. Squarespace I love for a different reason. I have also used their e-commerce platform before. I still use it. I use that primarily for Patreon because I love how you're able to make like password protected pages and have like an e-commerce store inside of that locked page. But Shopify to me is still like the ultimate winner for e-commerce. And since we're talking about Squarespace anyways, I want to talk about like portfolios. I feel like Squarespace is really great for portfolios actually. It's like a very clean and minimal space, and they have so many really cool themes out there, and I feel like everyone loves Squarespace because of how easy it is to use. You can literally, like, this is not an ad. I usually do have ad reads for them, but this is not an ad for this video. I can literally like change my entire website in a day, or less than a day if I wanted to, because of how easy it is to use. I do think it's very important to have a portfolio if you're an artist, especially an online one, so that it's easily accessible to a lot of people. You can just write it on a business card or tell someone to go to this website and they're able to see all of your work. I've always been told like you can't trust social media because one day it could be gone, then where are people gonna find you? So it's nice to have like your own domain and your own page for you to showcase your work. Let's talk about Pinterest. So I feel like Pinterest is one of those things that not too many people learn about, and I actually learned about this in my last job. Pinterest is really good for marketing, and no one knows this and no one really does this. So just to throw some numbers out there for you, I literally upload onto Pinterest in like huge batches, maybe every half a year or whenever I remember to. So it's rarely. I've only updated it a few times with my new works. But the thing about Pinterest is, with me not doing any work at all, within the last like 90 days, I've had 67,500 views. Like, can you imagine just doing no work for like those past 3 months and still getting a lot of eyes onto your work? And also the benefit of like posting your work onto Pinterest is that people will be able to find the source of your work underneath, because they'll say like a link to your page or like your profile or something, instead of just someone else randomly pinning your work and having it link to their name or something like that. Also, it's like an amazing tool for finding ideas, references, inspirations, things like that. Also, please don't copy any work on Pinterest. Do not copy artists. If you add a Pinterest extension, you're able to just like click that button when you're on a page with pictures that you like, and then you can save whatever images is on that page. So that just makes it easier for like research and pinning all of your ideas in one place. I actually like to use it for client work sometimes, or when I'm starting a new project. If I need to like gather my stuff on one board, it's very useful that way, and you're able to like share that page with people. Next one is later.com. I don't use them anymore, but it was a very big help to me back when I was working a full-time job and I didn't really have the time or capacity before work to get up early to post things. So I would just upload it onto later.com, and you're able to like plan out different posts for different days of the month. Next is Snapseed. If you take photos on your phone, like I mentioned before, I definitely recommend Snapseed to edit your photos. It's free, and I just love how there is this function where you can like tap on a specific color, and then like you're able to lighten or saturate that one specific area. Next would be Photoshop, Illustrator, just the Adobe Creative Cloud ones. I honestly am very sad that they made it into a monthly subscription, because it's like $30 a month, and for a lot of people that's a lot of money. Unfortunately, it is an industry standard. I have not yet looked into other options, but I do know there are free options out there, or like cheaper options, more affordable ones. Definitely learn your shortcuts. It makes life so much easier. For video editing, I currently use Final Cut Pro, which is really easy to learn and very simple. It's like a step up from iMovie. Final Cut Pro is just like a more detailed version of iMovie, so like you're able to do a lot more details and have different transitions and stuff like that. I also use DaVinci Resolve, and that was like my introduction into more video editing type of softwares when I didn't buy Final Cut Pro, because that thing is like $300-400 and it hurts to buy something that expensive. The thing I like about Final Cut Pro is at least it's like a one-time purchase and you don't have to pay monthly like the Adobe Creative Cloud. But what can you do? For audio stuff, I like to use Audacity, and I record straight onto that. It's pretty much just like iMovie but for sound. But I do a lot of podcasts on there, or like maybe voiceovers. And paired with that, I'm currently using the Yeti microphone. It's a pretty good microphone. Like, it does what I need it to do. I know there's like more expensive ones out there that are even crisper, but I think for like regular old, solo podcasts and voiceovers, I think it works really great. Now I'm gonna talk about some miscellaneous type of things that I don't know what to categorize it under, so I'm just gonna clump it all together as one. The first thing is a notebook or a sketchbook or just like a journal of some sorts. This one, I literally just like fill it with a bunch of doodles, ideas, writing, like business stuff in here. This doesn't have to be expensive. I actually got this one gifted, but yeah, it doesn't have to be an expensive notebook. I think just having a safe space where you don't have to share publicly, I think this is great for just like making product ideas, making video ideas, making sketches. When I don't have any ideas for any artwork or any products, I can literally flip through this and be reminded of something that I wanted to make like half a year ago but never had the time to. And it's in here, it's documented. The next thing would be good storage, especially if you're doing a physical business where you have to pack and ship stuff. So having everything organized definitely like streamlines the packing order experience, because you just know exactly what to grab, where to grab it, and you don't have to buy like very fancy organization. I sometimes still just use the boxes that I save from packages I get. I fold them over and store things inside of those on my table. But yeah, I like to have a lot of like plastic drawers that I had since like childhood and just repainted and sprayed into cute colors. But having those little drawers are really good to like also keep dust off of things. I also really like my scale. This is just good for like if you need to measure out how heavy a product is, because every time you input a new product onto Shopify or whichever platform you're using, you kind of need to know how much it is so that they can measure out shipping costs for you. The next thing that I think would be a good investment in terms of like investing your time figuring out is finding manufacturers that work well with you. Everyone has their own preference with what manufacturers they want to work with. For example, one that I can tell you that I use a lot is sticker wrap and cat print. Those two are like my ride and die manufacturers. I use them all the time. I've been using them since the beginning and they've never failed me, so I really love using them. I can also tell you, like, sticker wrap, recently I tried this whole new concept with them, which is like sticker tags, and you're able to like print on the back too, which is amazing. The colors came out great. And people are just able to use this for something instead of like throwing it away. Like they can peel it off and make it a sticker. The next thing I want to talk about is, it's kind of random, but a CPA, or just like people that you can hire to help you, because from what I learned about being a small business is that it's really hard to do everything by yourself. And sometimes you're not able to do everything by yourself. And for the longest time, I'm like, no, I'm gonna do everything myself because I only trust myself. I don't trust that anyone can do a better job than me. As we all know, that will never last long because you will burn out and you'll be confused and you'll be scared and not know what to do. And I'm slowly learning that talking to actual professionals makes your life so much easier, and they know what they're doing. They're professionals. Leave some work up to them. I mean, I think it's always good to learn exactly what you're getting yourself into, but in terms of like things that are not in your realm or your capacity that you're able to do yourself, like taxes. Like, I don't know a single artist that does not fear for their life when taxes roll around every single year. Talk to a CPA. Yes, it may be expensive, but that cost is nothing in comparison to, like, I guess, like the taxes you save from talking to them. Okay, I'm jumping a little bit all over the place, but the next thing is a good photo area. It could either be like a nice roll of paper. It doesn't even have to be a roll if your products are small, but it could be like a nice piece of paper that's this big that you can like bend against the wall at like a curve so that there's no harsh corners on it. You can get a lot of these papers from like any craft stores you have around or online. I really like actually setting up little photo corners in like my room, in my office, or I just like using nature as my background most of the times. buy things that you can use as like props and little knickknacks that you can just use on your photos, on your product photos, because I feel like it just makes it really cute and interesting. And just in general, I think having knickknacks decorating your workspace or office is just nice, because I think it just makes you feel a lot more inspired when you're able to see all these things you like around you. I never see knickknacks as just like a waste of space. And to go along with that, I would say lighting is very important. If you don't have a lot of natural light in your house, I would definitely get some photo lights. You can get them for a pretty affordable price online. I don't think you have to get the most expensive thing. There's always different ways that you can utilize what you have around you to get nice pictures. If you can't afford buying anything, I recommend going outside to like a nice flowery area on a semi-cloudy day, so it's just like a huge softbox. And when you do have the money to invest, buy some good lights. Then you can take photos at all times of the day and they will look beautiful like the outdoor photos. And as well as like just regular lighting for your room, I definitely think it's very important to have good lighting, especially if you're sitting in one place for a long time, like painting something or drawing. It's good for your eyes. Drawing when it's dark is not good for your eyes, hence why my glasses are so freaking thick. Really good lighting, a bright space makes you feel more productive and lively, as well as just it's better for your eye health. With that being said, I also recommend blue lens glasses. Even if you don't wear glasses, I think just having blue lens glasses is really good if you look at your computer for hours on end every single day. Okay, now this is the last, like the real last thing that I want to talk about is just like investing on your health, whether it's mental health or physical health, is just as important as investing in your business. I've realized over the past like 2.5 to 3 years of being self-employed that when you don't focus on your own health as a person, it makes your business struggle as well, because if you're not sleeping well, if you're not eating well, if you're not like bathing yourself, you obviously are not going to feel your best and you're not going to want to do your best work. And I've gone through many struggles of just like breaking down over and over again every like half a year of just intense work, to the point where I realized like in the time it takes for me to recover fully to start working at that rate again, I might as well just have like dispersed that time into little breaks in between, and I can have like a longer period of just like sustained healthy work-life balance. I just recommend eating at proper times, cooking yourself good healthy meals, a balanced, well-rounded meal. Eat your fruits, eat your vitamins, make sure your posture is okay and you're not looking at the screen all day. Hang out with your friends, have a good social life, take care of your mentals, maybe see a therapist if you need it. But yeah, that is like the ultimate thing that you can do for yourself, is to make sure that you're healthy enough to continue working for yourself and building your own business. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this really long video of me just rambling, because I just felt very talkative today and I wanted to talk to my friends. I hope you learned something. Please leave questions below. I'll try my best to answer as many as I can. I'll try to also link everything that I can in the description in case you want to see exactly what I use. I'm gonna go now. Bye! See you later, alligator. Bye!